Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video, I'm finally going to review the season finale of Big Brother. Finally, Big Brother has come to a close for the season. I'm done reviewing it after this episode, and all I can say is good riddance. This episode was just very mixed in my opinion. There was a lot of stuff in it that I liked, but then there was some stuff that I didn't like. First of all, let's start off with the, let's start off with the first half of the HOH competition, the final HOH. Jean Marie ended up taking the first round, and then the second one is pretty much the same thing we usually see with the place the past evicted house guests in order. I always like that competition. I think it's a very cool competition, definitely something that's pretty easy to do. It definitely looks easier than it probably is. It probably is very hard. But Andy ends up taking that one. So then Andy and Jean Marie face off in the final two. But then before that happened, we saw the jury. And I absolutely love this part. We saw Dr. Will basically come back to kind of tell the jury to not vote for who the nicest player is. Vote for the best player in the house. And he was leaning more towards Jean Marie. Sorry, I was closing my blinds because the blinds were like weird, so I fixed my blinds. She basically, he tells them how they should vote for the person that actually played a very good game, not just the person that they like. That's what they should do, and I agree with Dr. Will. That's what you have to do in this game. Don't vote for the people who you feel is your favorite and the person you are allied with. Vote for the best player in the game. I personally would have voted for Jean Marie if I was in the jury because she got Amanda out. So she made a very big move. She got Amanda out, and she, just a really, really big move. That was probably the biggest move of the season. It was done by Jean Marie. And, then after this, all occurs, basically we can see that the interesting thing is that we've seen that Amanda kind of hasn't matured at all very much. In fact, McCrae kind of makes this comment basically saying that if they were to go to the final two, McCrae would not take her to the final two. And McCrae, what the hell is wrong with you? Amanda's your girlfriend. Take her to the final two. I don't understand why McCrae's so casual about this. This isn't like a one-night stand type of thing. This is your actual girlfriend. Take her to the final two. If you want to stick with her and be in a relationship with her, take her to the final two. It's just, I understand why he wouldn't, but the thing is, no, I don't really understand because that's his girlfriend. You would think he would want to take his girlfriend to the final two. And he says he did it because he thinks she would have won. And Amanda agrees that she would have. And no, I don't think she would have if he took her to the final two. I think McCrae would have won because no one liked Amanda in the house, but people liked McCrae. So I think McCrae would have probably won if McCrae and Amanda were in the final two, but they're not. Helen was driving me absolutely insane this whole finale. The way she was thinking, how is Andy a good player? The thing is, why is she thinking Spencer's a good player? She's trying to make up reasons why Spencer should be a reasonable winner. Why were you thinking Spencer all of a sudden, Helen? That doesn't make any sense. Helen was driving me completely nuts this whole episode, and I hated that part of the episode. But I really like what Dr. Will said, and I agree with his advice. It's really good advice. So then we get to when it gets live, and of course, Andy has to pick Jean Marie or Spencer. He ends up evicting Spencer, which I think was a bad move. It was probably, but I can see why he did. It actually was a very good move what he did. In the beginning, I'm like, why'd you just do that? Now you have no chance of winning. But then I realized why he did it, and I'll tell you in a second. But, Spencer kind of wasn't surprised about it at all, Here's the thing, though. Jean Marie and Andy were so stupid they forgot to take their microphones off when Spencer was being interviewed. We could hear everything they were saying. It was absolutely hilarious. This is a fun game to play throughout the finale. Count how many times we're intentionally hearing what Jean Marie and Andy are saying with their microphones on while other people are being interviewed and stuff like that. It's hilarious to see. there's a big amount of time, many times that happens, and that's just like a hilarious game to play. So I just found that really funny, because I just found that really strange, but it was also very funny because, like, that's just weird. So then after that, what happens is we get to the, after we get to who Andy picked, then we get to the jury, and it was great seeing the jury again, especially Elissa and all of them. And some of the questions they had was, I really liked Candace's question where she addressed the stuff Jean Marie said, and Andy feels like he's really upset over all this. He really feels like he's broken a bunch of people's hearts, and the thing is, Andy, that's not how you play the game. Don't feel remorse over the stuff you said. Dan last year, he felt remorse, but he didn't really say it like that, you know. It's ridiculous. I think that Andy should not have felt remorse, because he didn't really do anything in the game except lie to people. He's finally realizing he just lied to people, and he just, why is Andy winning all these competitions? It doesn't make sense to me. Now, some of the other questions that were asked was, let's see, what were some of the other questions? Oh, McCrae asked, why should they vote for him when he has backstabbed everyone? Jean Marie was asked the question, why is she deserving if all she did was say racist comments and stuff like that? You know, I'm glad they addressed that, so that was definitely really good. And, yeah, so they questioned the jury, and then the jury voted for who they wanted. And, not telling you who, but I thought the jury, the way they did it was weird, because usually the jury says, hey guys, you guys played like an incredible game, and blah, 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 you know, something like that. But instead they said, I'm voting for the person who, that's not how the jury usually does it. I think, I just felt like this whole thing was rushed. This whole finale was completely rushed, and I didn't really like that very much. But, then after this, we see the, past evicted house guests, you know, before the jury, and it was great to see them. Also, one of the things that Julie asked Amanda was that Amanda knew that it was a miracle once she started to get booed. So I think that's a really great thing. Also, Candace and Aaryn are now friends. So I really like that. I like that Aaryn feels really bad over it. In fact, Aaryn, in my opinion, has made one of the best comebacks this whole season. She realized what she did. She realized that what she did was not funny, and she realized that she didn't realize how serious it was what she was saying. And now that she does, I mean, I'm really proud of Aaryn. I think it's great that she apologized and that Candace sincerely listened to her and that they're friends now. I think it's a really great thing. It's definitely going to take some time for them to, you know, for them to talk to Amanda, because Amanda is even worse than Aaryn. I mean, what Amanda is just, I do not condone that. What Aaryn said, I don't condone either, but Aaryn just, she feels bad over what she said, so I don't think it's as bad as what Amanda did. Although, it is bad what Aaryn did. I don't, you know, what Amanda did is a lot worse, and I'm very impressed that Aaryn feels very upset over what she did, so I'm very impressed by that. But then we see the past evicted house guests, and mainly, we basically focus on Howard here. We didn't really focus on a lot more people. We did focus on Jeremy. He kind of talked about the whole wine thing and how that kind of scared, he knows he scared everyone, and he feels bad that he was a bully and all that stuff, and I think that was really great that they showed Jeremy and all that stuff, because Jeremy was a big part of the beginning of the season. You know, he was scary to all the house guests with that whole alcohol thing, and I'm glad they addressed it again. And then Howard, really though, I think Howard's speech in the episode, oh my god, I was almost like in tears when he was talking, because he was so raw and emotional. He starts talking about the comments and how it really hurt him, and how he couldn't even watch the live feeds because it just disgusted him too much, and you know, stuff like that. It was just, that was huge the way that worked. I thought that was huge. And the fact that he was so upset that he couldn't even, you know, he felt so bad for what all of them were saying. He was hoping, you know, he was praying to them, was just it was the perfect speech. The perfect speech. He didn't even mention any names, but he was just so good in that speech. I thought his speech was really, really good. So Howard, really, his speech was definitely one of the best parts of the entire episode. He was just, his speech was just amazing. That was definitely one of my very, very, very favorite parts of the episode. Just love that part. Now, of course, when Jean Marie sees Nick, she gets excited and all that stuff, and we're going to get to that. But, here's the thing I was going to say before that I forgot to talk about. When Andy took Jean Marie to the final two, I kind of realized why he did it. Because when it was time for them to speak, Andy gave this really nice speech and everything, but Jean Marie kind of stumbled on her speech, and she couldn't really say anything, really. And Andy knew she would do this, which would make her look dumb, and which would make them think, okay, she's dumb, let's vote for the other. You know, I think that's genius what Andy did. Even though I don't like Andy as a player, it's genius what he did, because, you know, he promised Jean Marie he'd take her, but that was not the real reason why. He knew she'd do bad in front of a crowd, and he knew she'd be, you know, he knew she would be nervous, and he was not nervous at all. So I think it's great that, you know, he did that. I think that was a really good move. And in the end, Andy does end up winning Big Brother. And am I upset about this? No, not really, because I really didn't care who won. You know, it's like a better player. Andy definitely added Jean Marie, and Andy was a better player, although he did go from like house to house, you know, from house guest to house guest, saying what this person said to this person. That got on my nerves. Other than that, though, I was completely fine with him winning. We kind of see that Jean Marie and Nick might actually pursue a relationship. Nick might actually have some interest in her. And as I've looked on Twitter, it actually looks like Nick is planning to take her to a monster truck rally, which he promised her like back second week of the show. So he wants to keep his promise. And I think that's great that they're going to actually try it out. I didn't think Nick would really be, you know, like, I think Nick is flattered by this, and I'm very happy that they want to try it out, because we've heard Jean Marie talk about him so much this season. For her to be heartbroken would have been terrible to see. It's great that he actually really does like her. And then at the end, we get the best moment in the episode when they reveal America's Favorite House Guest. It was a, you know, poll. The results were Elissa, Judd, or Howard, and of course it went to Elissa. Yes. Best part of the episode for me, I think, was Elissa getting America's Favorite by far. She definitely deserved it, and I'm very happy that she got America's Favorite, because she really, really deserved it. I love seeing Elissa again, and I really hope she comes back for All-Stars. I want Aaryn to come back, definitely, because, like, she knows the mistake she made, and if she played this game a second time, I'm sure she would play it differently. And I'm really impressed by her, so that was really great. And that's basically it for the Big Brother this year. Overall, it's been a very mixed season for me. There have been times when I've loved reviewing it. There have been times when I don't want to review it at all, but I just had to. This episode, though, again, I was mixed with it. So let me know if you guys saw the episode. What did you think of Andy winning? I thought what he did with Jean Marie, that was a very good strategy. If Aaryn were to come back, do you feel bad for Aaryn? I really do, because she really does feel bad for what she said. And I know, like, what she said was wrong, but I feel bad for her. I do. And some people are going to say, why do you feel bad for her? Because what she knows what she said was wrong, and she's trying to do everything she can to, like, get rid of it. And she's actually, you know, Candace has forgiven her and stuff, but she still has a modeling agency that dropped her, though she's going to stay strong about, which I'm happy about. Do you think Jean Marie and Nick might pursue a relationship in there? Maybe we'll see. Elissa winning America's Favorite, that was the best part. And what do you think of Howard's speech? Did you like that they addressed the racial comments? Let me know anything else you want to know about the season overall. Overall, this has been the worst season of Big Brother, in my opinion. Just terrible racist house guests. Spencer didn't even realize he said racist comments. He was drunk the entire time. Oh my god. I'm so glad I'm done reviewing the show. Hope you have enjoyed my recaps all summer of Big Brother. Thank God it's over, because honestly, if it wasn't over by now, I'd just be like, oh my god, end already, end already. I was so happy that it ended last night because I don't have to review it anymore. So that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.